Let's see what this does. All right. You're going to come down here. All kinds of crazy light. Kind of come in here a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, I'm out here. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. 1:11, actually. You mentioned you're having issues on your bench press with not being able to lock out. Now, I don't know if you're able to lock out just if you were just sitting and going like this, are you able to lock that arm? I have issues with log, axle, and Viking. Actually, with any kind of overhead press. That was a big thing competing in weightlifting on clean and jerk, is signaling that my left arm doesn't straighten. So, and the more that I put weight on it, the less it straightens. Gosh, look how long my arms are. Really, look how long my arms are. So I'm doing clean and jerk, and I go to jerk. Your elbows have to lock to get the down signal, unless you say, before, as you're walking out to do the lift, you have to signal, hey, my left elbow doesn't lock. You make sure the referee nods and they understand. But the point is, you get it as far as you're able to do it. One of the things there's a couple things that cause that. I mean, you may just have arthritis in that elbow. But I generally find that we can get rid of that if we can loosen the area of the bicep, the bottom of the bicep, as well as the top of the forearm right there. Sometimes on the bench press or any kind of overhead press, once you grab and lock in with those hands, you see my biceps lock in. They start twisting as I grab. Gosh, I've got long arms. So when you grab that bench press bar and you twist, the bicep locks in and bends the elbow. Also, that forearm muscle right across here, as it gets tight and loaded through the palm, it starts loading into the tricep, into that muscle, not allowing the elbow to fully lock. Now, if you can get away with it, that's fine. If it doesn't bother you, then that's fine. If it does bother you, you can take some of this giant rubber band actually what I would do is I would just go to YouTube and see what Donnie Thompson has to say about it. And then I would also go and see what Mr. Kelly over at the Ready State has to say about it as well. So if you want, I can just go to YouTube and just send you their videos, because they're a lot sexier than I am. But I've got lights and microphone on right now. But the basic general thing they're going to do, let me walk over here, see if that will follow me. It will. It rained out here. Everything is wet. If you can just, no, I'm not going to be able to adjust. You just want to take some kind of wrap. You can use a knee wrap as well. But you just want to get that wrapped as well as you can several times around that bicep. That's what I like to do. A lot of people go ahead and get over the middle of the elbow. I'm not. I just want that lower bicep. And then I'm just going to grab a hold of something and get any kind of movement. And as I do that, I can pull on this a little bit. And this is digging into that lower bicep right there. And really, I should be doing this before doing Atlas stones, before doing axle, grip work, a lot of things to loosen my biceps as well. Especially now that I'm doing a lot more grip work, getting ready for grip competitions. And then I add in sandbags and Atlas stones and everything else. That lower bicep is pretty taxed and pretty worked. And it doesn't need to be, because it's still recovering from a tear. So 30 seconds a minute twisting. You can't go wrong with movement, but you're going to find some kind of movement making you dizzy. You're going to find some kind of movement that you really can feel that lower bicep, I hope. And then you could do the same thing directly over that elbow joint. That's probably only if you really honestly have some kind of arthritis. And then you have to ask yourself, do we really want to be smashing a joint that has arthritis? Because that arthritis is inflammation, and it could be bone against bone. And if you're smashing it down and moving it, that might not be the best idea. That's why I tend to, because I have severe arthritis, that's why I tend to stay away from smashing my joints. And I use a lot of really hot creams on my joints to create some heat. But what I would do next is I want to go below the elbow joint. It's just so much easier if you have someone just to help you start it. But if you have one of these wide bands, it's not bad. And I just want to create enough tension so it's thick, and I want to be able to pull on something as well. And I'm going to repeat and do the same process. I'm going to create some kind of tension, and I'm just going to move. I want the hand to move, the wrist to move. I want that forearm to be able to move below that elbow. I'm not doing a bench press motion. I'm just kind of leaning in, diving in on that elbow, let it go around different directions. I've seen Donnie Thompson and Kelly over, they'll grab the bar. They get the bar in the rack, and they'll grab the bar and kind of lean down and push against it and just move like this, doing the exact same thing. I just like doing this. So, and what I'm looking for after a minute or two of that, do I have an increased range of motion? Actually, I do right now. I need to do that on my shoulder as well as so now I feel like I need to do this arm. But try that if you have one of these. If you don't have one and you need one, yell at me. I'll see what I can do to lead FTS, or I'll cut the price in half with you. I'll pay for half of it because I need you to be healthy so that we can make progress. But try it out.